pizza video.
Whilst you've been off socialising, going out and stuff.
It's Christmas. I'm busy. I'm in demand.
Well, I've had to pull the stops out and carry on with the channel. And
well done, Andrew.
And I've been doing like
I've got flying the flag for the team.
I've got the puppet gremlin out. I've been dressing up as a gorilla to entertain the audience.
But we haven't made a proper dinner, is what
No, we've not been sensible. So yeah.
Should we do one tonight?
Let's do a sensible dinner tonight.
Okay, so tonight we're going to be making Thai-style fish cakes, vegan of course, so no actual fish in there. Some homemade chips, coleslaw and salad. So it's quite a light, tasty dinner. We're going to start by making the mixture for the fish cakes, okay? So what we're going to do, I've got about 3 sort of medium potatoes. I've already peeled and boiled these and they're cold. They've cooled down. So they're in that bowl. And I've also got a packet of the Tofu Company tofu. I've not pressed it this time because we don't need to, because we're going to mash it all up. So I'm going to pop the... Oh, hang on. Where's my scissors? Oh, hang on. Let me just...
Have you gone?
No, I've got the left them over here, babes.
Oh, okay.
Silly old me, eh? Let's cut it open. So we'll put the block of tofu with the potatoes in that bowl and we're going to mash it. Oh! It's quite a sturdy thing and the potatoes are quite sturdy too. So we're going to give this all a good mash down so it's all kind of combined. So because it's got tofu in, this dinner is like packed full of protein. These obviously aren't real fish cakes, but as we know, fish is quite a high protein kind of food source. And the tofu version is going to be equally as high in protein. But no fishes have got to come to their sticky end for this meal, which we feel happy about.
Well, it is going to taste fishy though, isn't it?
Well, it is because of the other things we're going to add to this. So I'm just going to put that to one side for now. It probably needs a bit more mashing, but I could do that off camera.
Yeah.
So what I've got in here, I've got my little mini chopper out, and I've actually got some of these today. These are the Itsu crispy seaweed thins. So you get a little sachet of a few pieces of seaweed, basically cut into that size. This is a sweet soy and sea salt flavour. They do a few different flavours. You can just use regular sushi nori sheets, but generally you wouldn't use a whole pack. You'd only use a couple of sheets, maybe 1 or 2. So unless you're going to be making sushi like the following day, they're going to go off because they don't stay fresh for long.
More economical.
So these are perfect. So this is the size of the sachet that I had, and I've just put those into my little chopper.
Oh, you've done it already?
Yeah, I've given them a little whiz, but I'm going to add some more things to this. So I'll show you what I'm going to add.
I can't see it in the light. Hold on.
Shall I take it out of the thing?
Over there so we can just...
Okay. So I'm just going to add it into here.
It doesn't look that appetising.
Well, it's just kind of, look, I'll show you like this. It's kind of crumbled up into like a bit of a flaky stuff.
Is it just them? Oh, right. It's just them in there, is it?
Yeah, it's just them. No, I'm going to add some more stuff now.
It looks like it's wet, doesn't it?
It's just shiny. So now I'm adding in some spring onions that I've chopped up already. We're going to also add a few capers because these are very salty. So we want to emulate the taste of the sea. Not many of these though. Half a teaspoon should be plenty. And because these are going to be Thai fish cakes, we'll add a little bit of red miso paste. Just a little bit. Again, probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon to be fair.
Can I lick a bit of that?
You can if you want, babe. Can
I lick the spoon? Oh.
Hang on, let me get you a new bit.
I'm trying to...
I mean, it's not the sort of thing you'd normally have on its own raw.
God, Jesus.
I know. Just a little dash of the, hang on, let's get it under the camera. Fish sauce, vegetarian fish sauce, which is also vegan. Just tiny, tiny little amount. Also some rice wine vinegar. Tiny, tiny little amount. Just a little drizzle. And then lemon. Probably about a quarter of a lemon. We don't want this to be too wet, so we're just being very tentative with these ingredients. We can add a little bit more of the wet ingredients should we need nearer the end, but I don't want to over wet it at this stage. So I'm just gonna whiz that up for a few seconds. Okay, so now, you said before, was it wet? No, it wasn't, but now it is.
No, it was very wet.
I might just give it another little zhuzh. Okay, so come back to our bowl of potatoes and tofu. Just continue to mash this down a little bit. I don't want it to be too big lumps, I want it to be quite smooth. And we're going to add this mixture to it. So let's pop that in now. So the bits in here we are hoping will give us that kind of fishy flavour that you would imagine a fish cake would have.
Well, lots of things taste like the sea when they come out of the sea, don't they? So
seaweed
fishy, yeah,
would be one of them.
It's quite a sea sort of flavour.
A sea sort of thing. We're going to also add some salt. Not from the sea though, from the Himalayas, as Jamie Oliver gave us.
Well, the Himalayas used to be in the sea, so it does count.
Garlic granules. You can use fresh garlic if you want. A little bit of black pepper.
They did prove it that plate tectonics caused mountains. So at one point, those mountains were under the sea.
I can believe that.
It was quite confusing for a while, because they were finding fossils of fish and stuff on high mountain tops, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? And they thought maybe
somehow it just happened.
Well, they thought maybe that the seas were so big that they actually covered the mountains, but actually with plate tectonics, it's always growing out of the sea, and then it pushes up and becomes mountains. So that ground used to be in the sea.
Oh, I've lost some stuff here. Look at that. Let me stick it back in. So, look, as you can see, that's combined up really well. It's quite a firm sort of dough. Let's take my masher out. Now, we're going to also be using some panko breadcrumbs. So the panko breadcrumbs are going to be coating these, but I'm also going to put some in the mixture now just to help bind it together. So I'll just literally add a small amount, just a little shaky shake to the bowl. And now I've taken my masher out, so I use this spoon just to kind of stir through. And that is my fish cake mixture ready for when we're ready to start cooking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be shaping these into little patties, coating them in the panko breadcrumbs and frying them.
Okay.
So for now, I'm just going to put that to one side. Just to note here, I'm also going to be serving this with a salad. I've already made the salad. So it's just some salad leaves, some tomato, sweet corn and some grated carrot in there. So that's sitting there, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be making some coleslaw with this. So I've got here about half of a white cabbage. I did make coleslaw the other day. I used this, and this was the leftover. I'm just going to cut off the top layer because I grated it when I used it the other day. So it's just kind of browned up slightly, but it's absolutely fine to use. I just need to cut off that top layer like that. So I've got the fresh side. And then all I'm going to do with my box grater, I'm just going to be grating
the cabbage.
Grating the cabbage straight into my bowl.
You really made it, baby. Come on.
I'm also going to, I can do most of this off camera. I'm going to be grating up some carrots as well.
Okay.
And adding some mayonnaise, a bit more lemon juice, and some more of the rice wine vinegar. So let me do that, and we'll come back to you and see where we're at. Okay, so I've shredded up all of the carrot and cabbage, as you can see. And now we're going to turn this into a coleslaw. So I've got a couple of mayonnaises here that need using up, to be fair. So it's always good to make use of things you've already got that, you know, need to be gone. So I've just got some of the regular Hellmann's here, which is almost run out. So let's just put the last bit of that in. And then I've also got some of this Hellmann's garlic mayo, which is fine by me. Let's have a bit of garlic to the mix. And stick that in there. And then I've also got this Tesco Plant Chef one. Now this is a bit runnier, which I'm absolutely fine with. So let's pop a little bit of that in as well. I mean, I'm guessing you could just add whatever you've got to hand, but obviously that's what we've got. So, you know, this is a normal family, you know, we're normal people. We all have...
We're not that normal.
Well, yeah, maybe not.
Sometimes.
But everyone's got things they're using up or that they need to get rid of.
We can be normal tonight.
I'm going to add in a little dash of rice wine vinegar. Just a tiny bit. And I've still got the rest of this lemon. So we're going to add in the juice of the rest of the lemon. Like this. And then let's give it a good stir together. You can also add some finely chopped onion to this mixture. I haven't today, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's very selfishly, I'm going to be taking the rest of this meal, leftovers, to work tomorrow, and because I'm a beauty therapist, it doesn't bode very well having raw onion on your breath when you're doing clients' treatments. And we do get quite close together. So for that reason, I've not put any onion in this, but you can also add some finely diced onion if you wish. So that's all ready. I'm going to pop that over there with the salad. And then the next thing I'm going to do in this segment is just get the chips in the air fryer cooking. So I know normally we do our chips in the oven, but there's only 3 of us tonight, and so I figured we could probably make space to stick them in the air fryer. So all I'm going to add to these is a little bit of black pepper and some salt. A little bit of garlic granules. And just a drizzle of some oil. Like so. You don't need much. Just give that a little mix through, just to make sure everything's combined. And then I'm just going to pop this into the air fryer. These take about 15 to 20 minutes in the air fryer basket.
It's the new air fryer, isn't it? It's the new air fryer we bought the other day. We got a rolled air fryer.
Yeah, so we already had an air fryer. You might not have realised this, because I know we've never featured it in any videos before, but our old air fryer wasn't really... filming worthy. It's a bit old and manky, and we bought it when air fryers first came out, so it's about 6 years old now, I guess.
So we got a flashy one, and this one, what is it? It's an 8 litre one, isn't it?
It's an 8 litre. So we were thinking about getting one of the Ninjas that have the 2 baskets in, and I think the biggest one they do is like 9.5 litres, which means that each basket is about 4.5 ish, a bit more than that. But we always thought, you could need to divide things into 2 halves, and that being one big basket seemed to make more sense to us.
Well, it did make a lot of sense, especially to the griller, who gave it the big thumbs up, because he could actually fit a vegan pizza in there quite easily.
Indeed, because so it's really big, the actual basket you get. Like Andrew said, you could put a pizza in it, in that one. We are enjoying this at the moment. It's quite new, and it wasn't that expensive. We got it from Robert Dias, and I think it was like on a half price discount. It might mean it's crap, I don't know. Let's hope it isn't.
Right. Well, it's
doing
all right.
It's been doing all right so far. So anyway, the chips are in, the coleslaw's done, the salad's done, the fish cake mixture is ready for the next thing. So we will come back to you in just a moment when we're ready to turn this into fish cakes and fry them up in the pan.
Okay,
so we're now getting our fish cakes all together. So this is really simple. I've got the mixture here. I've already done quite a few of them, as you can see, in preparation. But just grab a handful of the mixture and kind of like make it into a bit of a ball in your hands. And then I've got the panko breadcrumbs on a plate where I just literally pat it down, turn it over, pat it again. The mixture is sticky enough that the panko breadcrumbs stick to it quite nicely. You don't need to coat it in anything else. The oil is in my pan and it's getting quite warm, so I think I'm going to put some of these in now.
Let's crack it on.
I'm just going to check. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in, and it sizzles straight away, so we know that the oil is hot enough. So let's just start by adding these ones I've already done into the pan. I mean, this mixture has made loads. What's that already? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, let's put 10 in. I've got one left there.
Put 11
but
in.
I've got some more mixture to do. They won't all fit, so I'm going to have to do it in 2 rounds.
I think you fit that last one in.
But it's amazing for all that mixture I've done to have got so many. I'm kind of impressed. This is definitely going to give us enough for lunch tomorrow, that's for sure. So, yeah, I mean, the dough, like I said, the dough's quite moist, and so the bread comes stick to it really well. If your mixture is a little bit drier, you can always dip it in like some plain unsweetened soy milk or something like that. But you shouldn't really need to. If you've done it as I've done it, it should be sufficient. And the panko breadcrumbs are nice and dry, so they kind of cling to it really nicely.
They're smelling really good already.
I know, I think they need to be turned in a sec. So I'll just do this last one and then we'll give them all a flick. They don't take long. I mean, they're not being deep fried, but they're not being shallow fried. They're kind of somewhere in between.
They've been medium
I've
fried.
probably got about an inch, maybe slightly less of oil in that pan. I'll just rinse my hands. Okay, so they've been there for what, about a minute or 2? Let's start. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that one's breaking up a little bit. Well, let's be gentle with them. We've never actually made this exact dish before. I've made a similar thing before, but not exactly like this. So we're as new to this as you may be if you're watching us for the first time.
Can I get these other ones over?
Yeah, let's get them all over.
I thought maybe you might need more than the egg slicer thing so you can get underneath it. I mean, it's doing
No.
right,
This is the perfect. A slotted spoon is the perfect device for me at this stage. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get some kitchen towel ready because I feel like we're going to need to remove these off the pan whilst I do the other batch. Look at me with my fancy Christmassy kitchen roll.
That is one sizzly pan of fish cakes.
10 sizzly vegan fish cakes sizzling in a pan. One went pop and the other went bang.
Is that actually a thing?
That's actually a rhyme.
Is that?
Have you never heard that before, babes?
Maybe.
Right, these shouldn't take too much longer, but what we do, you don't need to watch all of this. We come back to you when we've finished cooking them and cook the other batch,
Okay.
and then you can see us dishing up.
Okay.
Alrighty.